Start rolling here.
Good.
And three.
Brendan here with another episode of Coach Gee TV. Today we're on the road. We're in Matson, Ohio. I'm attending the AAC, which stands for Abundance Advisor Conference. It's an annual thing where investor coaches from around the country get together to retool, re-energize, and to become better coaches. And I'm sitting here today with Mark Matson, the founder and CEO of Matrix Asset Allocation. Then it was Abundance Advisors, and now it's going to eventually transition into Matson Money. And you may have seen Matson Money if you've watched CNBC or Fox Business News. Today, what I thought it would be good to do was for you, the people who watch Coach Gee TV, to get the insight of the CEO of Matrix and Abundance, Mark Matson. And with that, Mark Matson, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. Just have a couple questions that I thought would be good for people to hear. First question being, you just asked me how long ago has it been that we started working together, and it's almost 18 years, I think. And I thought it would be good for people to hear, in your words, what was the basis, what was the motivation for starting this company, which has grown into a $1.9 billion money management firm. So that's phenomenal success. Congratulations on that. But again, what was the motivation for starting this company?
Great. Yeah, the motivation was, I'm just like, Brendan, our evolution is very similar. I was a financial planner, and I saw the problems that we were having with our investors. Things like their mutual funds were having bad performance, the mutual fund managers were picking bad stocks, the confusion of when to get in and out of the market. And I came to understand that stock picking, market timing, and track record investing were all forms of speculating and gambling. So my impetus for the company was really to help save investors from gambling away the money that's for their retirement and for their future. And I thought, they brought into 18 years, almost 2 decades now. Later, I actually thought that as time progressed, people would get it, that the financial industry would get it, and people would be less likely to speculate and gamble with their money. And what I've seen is the exact opposite, that speculating and gambling is even worse today than it was 20 years ago when we started this whole gig. Right. So still fighting a good fight and keeping it real.
Absolutely. And I thought it would be also a good thing to hear in your words, people oftentimes, if they hear the word investor coach, immediately they think, well, broker, planner, or something of that sort. And they're two very different animals. So I thought it might be good if people could hear from you in your words, what's the difference between a planner and an investor coach? And what's the advantage to going with an investor coach as opposed to a planner?
Yeah. We've identified 20 key questions that every investor has to answer before they can have true peace of mind. And a financial planner is largely concerned with a big, thick financial plan, very confusing and complicated. And it's usually used as a tool to sell product, usually commission-based products to investors that really ends up creating no peace of mind at all. So what a coach does, separate from an advisor, is number one, they're fee-based. Number two, they're focused on those 20 must-answer questions, and then helping the investor actually understand how market works, how to create an investment philosophy, how to understand risk and diversification in a portfolio. So really, a coach is about guiding someone through this process. A planner is more just about giving orders and getting product sales.
Selling a product.
Yeah.
Very good. And now we've gone through 2008 through 2009. Peace of mind would not be a word to describe how most investors have experienced these couple years. Abundance has survived it very well. I mean, a lot of hand-holding. But as you see it going forward, what do you think, or what do you see as Abundance's and Matson Money's future?
Well, I think you bring up a great point. I think peace of mind isn't about just whether or not the statement goes up or down, because I think if we start to understand why markets go up and down and have that long-term view about our money, we start to understand that even though we may be uncomfortable in the short run, that in the long run, capitalism works, in the long run, equities works, in the long run, there are premiums for people that are diversified and prudent and stay the course. So even though we've come through a bad period of time, the future is quite bright for people that are smart enough to understand equities and stay diversified. And I know since you've been in this game a long time, your clients are among those people that have stayed disciplined and diversified, and really hats off to you, because that's an incredible thing. And the future is very, very bright for you as a coach and for our company. We've really teamed up. In the past, we've really seen the media as something to be wary of and to kind of look at as an enemy. But what we've started to do is embrace the media, Fox News, CNBC, print, and the press. The print press is because we want to kind of partner with them and spread this message of prudence and diversification, global asset allocation. And we want to make it fun, be out there and kind of dispel all those myths that the public is being bombarded with.
And again, I mentioned it earlier, but to mention it to everybody, when Mark does go on CNBC, Fox Business, I will be sending out messages because I get them, and I want everybody to tune in and have more peace of mind. As you said earlier, 18 years, 17 years, who knows, I had hair at the time. But in looking back, I want to thank you and your father, because without you guys, I don't know where I would be. My father is a client of mine. I don't know where he would be right now. He might have strangled me if I had put him in mutual funds or anything like that. But thank you for all that you've done for me and my clients, and on behalf of my clients, I would like to thank you for all that you do, and keep up the great work.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, buddy.